Hey, can we hail the wizard? On his
like
throne?
a cab?
Okay.
Starting it.
This is a cool one. It was sent in by Adrian Cowles. Back in the fucking game, Adrian.
Whoa.
Welcome back. New
Adrian
platform.
Cowles.
But
Well, I haven't heard that name
Right.
in 57 years.
Adrian Cowles been dead long on 40 years.
You haven't
that.
been around the Cowles place, have you?
I wouldn't say that about a listener of our show.
Still wearing that same Letterman's jacket.
Okay.
Oh, by the side of the road, you say? Oh, no.
When the moon, she was full, eh?
Oh, no, I wouldn't
That's how
stop
it
for
happens.
nothing.
All right. So
Out there on that lonely stretch of road out behind the podcast? No one ever goes back there.
can we
It's an old saloon where we make the podcast.
can
in
we
this.
be serious now?
Sure.
That's my favorite line from the movie Sully, starring Tom Hanks.
Hey,
and I
can we
quote it-
stop farting around, man? You
I
hate
quote
those
it-
birds and I gotta fix it.
I quote it all the time.
What's your favorite Sully quote?
the one where he's like,
What's your favorite Sully quote?
they're like doing the trial for Sully. This movie beats ass. And then they're like, and so you should have known you could have made it to the runway. And they give him a real hard time. And the whole time Sully's just sitting there like, And then after they finish giving him a shit time, he looks up and he's like, can we be serious now? And it's like, oh, you took my breath away, Tom Hanks, Sully
For a
Hanks.
second, I thought you were going to say that the quote was, this movie beats ass. And
Yeah.
just in the middle of Sully, Tom Hanks' Briggs character looks at the camera and
yeah.
is just like, this movie beats
Brace
ass.
your asses.
This is
I'm
a-
about to drop a dope one.
This is a dual engine loss at 2,800 feet, followed by immediate water landing with 155 souls on board.
Yeah. You
This
can't
movie-
prepare
No one's ever
for
trained
that.
for an incident
Can't
like
train
that.
for
No one.
So dope. Anyway, okay.
155 souls.
Yeah, okay, so that's my favorite.
I can
bit
do it
from
with
Sully.
156.
And here is a question, or a wiki house sent by Adrian Cowles. Thank you. It is how to build a memory palace.
Thank
He
you.
really does say, can we get serious now?
Yeah, I know.
How many
we
times
just
have you
quoted
seen
two different
Sully?
scenes.
Uh,
It's amazing.
I've never
1,000
seen it.
times.
Is it good?
Are you kidding me?
Whoa.
Podcast over.
movie.
Sorry, guys.
so-
I'm busy.
Travis, 155 souls.
No one's
yeah.
ever prepared for anything like that.
No one's ever trained for
155
anything
souls,
that.
like 30 geese.
I saw him
One
get a
plane.
shuttle back to Earth. I don't care about a plane.
Okay, all right. So anyway,
It's just a man. He's just a man doing his job. Sully.
Yeah, people
Travis,
do
you
their
watch
jobs all
Sully.
the time.
I'm gonna tell Griffin and David you haven't seen Sully, and they're gonna fucking flip out on
There's
you.
a lot of movies I haven't seen that they like.
Yeah, but this one's Sully.
this is Sully. It's a big one.
How many Sullys have you
guys,
not seen?
I'm unsullied.
Travis, can we be serious now?
Yes.
Okay. One of the most useful
vessels.
memory aids was created thousands of years ago by the ancient Greeks, and the memory
Really?
palace. And the memory palace, a place in your mind where you can store information that you need to remember, is still relevant today. It's used not only by world record holding memory champions, but also by famous detective Sherlock Holmes, with a little planning
And Patrick Jane on the Mentalist, by the way. He's
and the
memory
mentalist.
bug.
Yes, the
Thank you.
mentalist.
Finally
Thank
getting
you.
our
Love.
vitamin M.
Hearing
Well,
about the
it's
mentalist.
so rare
Frivolous discussion.
that I can bring up the Mentalist for a reason and not
Yeah.
just
I
that.
knew
haven't
you had been
seen
watching
Sully,
it to make
but-
great references to
Yeah.
it.
I'm halfway through season 5, guys. It fucking kicks ass.
With a
I won't let
little
you do
planning
this.
and practice, you can build a memory palace too. So,
Justin has a memory palace.
do you juice?
Yeah.
What's it like?
Hey, don't be humble, man. This is a skill that you have.
I want to hear about it. What kind of okay, why don't we go through the steps and you tell me like how you did your little sick fucking twisted spin on it, okay? So method 1, planning your palace. Choose a place that can be easily visualized as the blueprint for your palace. A memory palace must be a place or route that you are incredibly familiar with, like your childhood home or even your daily commute to work. It can be as small as your closet or as large as your entire neighborhood. The important thing is that you're able to visualize the place in your head without actually seeing it in real life. What'd you go with, Juice?
I did the Marshall University Theater because I spent so much time there in college and growing up that I thought that it would be a good.
That's cool.
That's good.
No, that's
hey,
cool.
J-Man, you can be serious. Can we be serious now?
You can be
Can we
serious.
be
now.
serious now? Travis, don't you fucking come here and quote.
Well,
Yeah,
now
you haven't
I feel
earned
like
the
I've
right
seen
quote,
it.
Sully. No,
Here's
you
the
haven't
problem,
seen
guys.
that.
Is like I already know what happened, so like spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
News
say
kind of spoiled Sully for me.
using this metric, a place that can be easily visualized that I'm like incredibly familiar. I would have to say the gym, like the weights,
Oh,
the
yeah,
weight
yeah,
bench,
yeah.
the
Oh,
weight
yeah,
bench
yeah.
lifting area of the gym.
See,
Like
for me,
the-
I think it's probably
Okay,
gonna
you
be.
don't let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying the grit of the bar,
Yeah, okay.
the
weight
sweat
on your fingers.
the sweat on the leather.
Yeah.
I can put a lot of memories into that.
Yeah. Mine's going to be probably the Jimmy John's I worked at 6 months. Probably like just the condiment bar, just the topping bar.
Yes.
Right. So now, to be fair, I never made a single sandwich in the entire 6 months I was there.
Yeah.
Because I just kept saying I don't know how to do it, and they would say like, "Well, there's no time to train you, so go work the register."
What's this in the lettuce? It's all the state capitals.
Right.
Excellent.
Right.
Excellent. Let me get a sandwich with all the state capitals and the lyrics to every Bruno Mars song. Thank you. Delicious. Walk through your palace to define a route. Decide how you'll travel through the palace in your mind rather than just picturing a fixed place. For example, instead of just imagining your house, imagine how you'd walk through it. Do you enter through the front door? What hallway do you walk down? Begin to practice your route now. Will make it easier to memorize later on, too. Okay. I'm going between all the different weight benches, the TurboFlex, the Superflex. There's not a lot of great ways to name.
You're not going to use a Bowflex?
No, they don't do those anymore. And not
really?
Not after the accident. Sorry, at the gym I go to, little boy came in, tried to do the Bowflex, but then it shot him through the ceiling.
That
like a beautiful arrow.
Can I tell you the catch-22, the problem here, the irony?
Yeah.
I want to create a memory palace, but I can't remember any location well enough to do it.
Well, can you do a place you kind of remember to create a better memory for your prime location? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe if I do a small location, like a bathroom, right? My favorite bathroom. The one that I would choose to use whenever possible. And that is the memory palace for creating my memory palace.
Just a timeshare for your main place.
Yeah.
That can be cool.
I used the theater department to remember all Shakespeare's plays. And you'd be shocked at how rarely that skill is really that useful.
Can you name them now? Just use that skill now.
So I would
close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go in the front door.
When you walk in on the
dock,
the loading dock. Yeah,
the loading dock. Right,
the actor's entrance, the crew entrance. Yes,
you go through the crew entrance, and there's 2 guys that are holding up flags greeting you as you go up the ramp. Those are the 2 gentlemen from Verona.
Okay.
Because the flags have these.
Okay.
And then you go up and you're scared when you're on the ramp because there's a little mouse there. And I'm like, oh.
And that's Mouse Hunt.
That's Tammy the Shrew.
Oh, Tammy the Shrew. So it's a little mouse there, not a shrew? Okay, go on. Now,
and then
that also only works for you because you're afraid of mice and such. I would see that mouse and be like, what a great day.
Oh, Mouse Hunt was fun.
And then there's 3 of Griffin's sons there greeting you.
That's my 3 sons.
They each have a 6 on their shirt because that's Henry the 6th. Part 2, 3, 1.
This isn't as funny as I thought it would be.
And then who's that greeting you on the deck? It's Titus Burgess. He's welcoming me in.
That one doesn't feel specific to the theater department because I don't think Titus Burgess ever spent time.
It
doesn't have to be specific to the theater department.
Yeah,
so like you open the door and there's Al Pacino playing Richard III, and he's behind that.
So
door.
I'm gonna here's me walking up the ramp to your theater department. And I look at the dock, at the loading dock here entrance, and there's just like 30 dudes.
Yeah.
And some are holding flags, and some look like my children. Titus Burgess is there, which is exciting. But there's just like a bunch of dudes here, and you look at that and be like, ah, yes, all my favorite Shakespeare guys.
Here, Justin, can I make a small addendum that I think might make this easier?
It might be way too late to adjust Justin's college.
Well, you walk into the building, right, and there's a guy holding 38 books, and each of the books is one of Shakespeare's plays, and you can read the title on the spine.
That's
what do people think of that?
Yeah, that might be easy to do.
That's a good idea.
Juice, you haven't, I imagine, used this information in a while, and maybe you haven't visited the Memory Palace. Is it all covered in cobwebs and skeletons now?
Because
you
question.
forgot to.
Did somebody else move in, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I thought you'd left."
Like I know, sometimes it does get a little sticky because I know Titus Burgess is in there somewhere, but sometimes I can't immediately find him. I'm like,
where are you?
And I.
Hey guys, did we forget to go to the money zone? How far past?
Oh shit, Griffin! I'm sorry, Memory Palace. We gotta keep.
Yeah, right. Identify specific.
We had advertorial content at the beginning.
This is a paid episode.
I don't think us promoting ripping off Netflix en masse on such a a grand scale could be.
Hey guys, it's Jesse Thorne here. We did have a couple complaints from advertisers, specifically Netflix. Let me see here.
Who has not advertised? They called just to say they never, ever would in a million years.
Okay, so identify specific locations in the palace to store your information. Think about exactly what you're going to be putting in your memory palace, whether it's a number, name, or important dates you need to remember for an exam. You'll
Probably,
store each piece
some
of
arcade games.
Why would you ever need that?
Well, I'm imagining it. I've always wanted arcade games in my house.
Okay. You'll store each piece of data in a separate location, so you need to identify as many locations as you have data. Each storage spot needs to be unique so that you don't accidentally mistake one spot for another. Justin, I can't tell if this is an extended bit or not, you having a memory palace.
It's real.
No, it's not a bit.
So is this...
Travis brought it up. That would be a wild
I guess
cold shot.
So do you walk into you turn to the right as you walk into the theater department, there's that little kitchen, green room, chill spot. You open up the silverware drawer, and then there's, and there's just like I can't think of a single.
There's a big plate of ham.
When you go into the green room,
yeah.
There's a bunch of people falling all over themselves and spilling things, and it's just a huge mess.
Comedy of errors.
That's Thank you. And then I shut the door right away because it's like, whoa, I don't
too
need
silly.
any of that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you eat a big piece of ham, right? And that's Macbeth.
This article was a lot sillier to me before I knew that it was a thing Justin actually did.
Now you feel bad.
This is what's hard is this is a technique.
This is a real thing.
What you have stumbled on is the first, might I say, useful Wizard of the Cloud. Useful in so much as it is useful to remember all the plays that William Shakespeare wrote.
Or state capitals. I assume. I haven't done that, right? But imagine if I had.
That one's easy. You just imagine yourself walking onto America in Maine.
Yeah.
And then you just go kind of zigzag around.
Start up there.
Cool.
And I'm like, okay, Maine, and then I would say whatever it is.
But
and then
you have to explore your contiguous United States memory palace in real time. So people will be like, so what's the capital of Vermont? You'd be like, fucking hold on.
Montpelier?
Hold on. I got to get on a train. It's going to take me 3.5 hours to tell you what the capital of Vermont is. Ask me again tomorrow. Practice vision.
I'll have 3 or 4 of them by then.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to do the rest of this, I don't think.
Let's go to the money zone.